Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, feel free to, after this video, look around at my channels and see if there's videos that interest you and if you'd like to subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into the topic, fishing pressure. Now, I felt like I needed to make a video about fishing pressure because there's a lot of people that are new to the sport that might not fully understand this yet. And also, this is just a personal theory of mine that I thought I needed to get out there. I'm not a scientist, but this is what I've been able to observe in the few years that I've been fishing, and hopefully many will agree. And as well, it's just a nice topic to have a refresher on. Let's say it's 2015. Okay. What one man does is he fishes at Shades Mill. And he's got his fishing rod, and he goes and he catches a really big pike. And he's happy about that. So what he does is he shares the photo of his pike on social media. He shares it on FishBrain on Instagram, and he tells his buddies about it to show off his skills, show how good he is. And people see his catch, and they say, hey, if he could do that, I can do that as well. So within a few weeks, we have lots of people now fishing Shades Mill for pike from all over Ontario because that fish that he caught was so impressive. But you see, as more and more people begin coming and fishing Shades Mill, something happens. As you're probably guessing, the pike fishing loses its quality because due to either people keeping the fish or just improper catch and release where the fish die, or just a fish learning what lures are and getting smarter, the pike fishing at Shades Mill isn't so good anymore. Because all the pike that were catchable have now been emptied from the lake. So that usually takes a few months or a year or two to happen. So let's say now that the current date is 2016. Shades Mill has now been emptied for the most part of any pike that a pike angler would want to catch. So one man goes to Valens Lake. He's got his fishing rod, and he goes and he catches a big pike. And he's pretty happy about it because it's a nice catch. And he says, hey, I got to show this catch off. I got to put it on social media. I got to put it on FishBrain on Instagram and tell all my friends because I'm so good at fishing. And you can guess what happens. All these people fishing Shades Mill said, hey, he can do that. I can do that as well. So they all leave Shades Mill. All these hardcore pike enthusiasts from all over Ontario who are willing to make these big trips out for these fish, they all leave Shades Mill, leaving only the local guys fishing it who just don't want to drive far. And now all the fishermen from southern Ontario begin fishing at Valens. So within a few months, you can guess what probably happens. With all that fishing pressure, all the catchable pike from Valens get emptied out of the lake, leaving only small ones and fish that are too smart to bite a lure. Let's put another timestamp on here. Let's say it's 2017 now, and the fishermen moved back in 2016 from Shades Mill to Valens. And it took a few months, but they emptied Valens Lake. Now, they're getting tired of catching nothing at Valens, and it used to be so good a few months ago. So what happens is another fisherman decides to go to a new spot. He tries out Mountsburg. And he goes fishing, and he catches what is actually a decent-sized pike from Mountsburg. And he's happy and impressed. So a lot of people who weren't getting any fish at Shades Mill or Valens say, hey, I really need to catch a pike. I'm not getting anything. I'm willing to drive. Let's go to Mountsburg and fish there. Because I saw on Instagram that people are getting pike out of Mountsburg. And you can guess what happens. They all get big fish, or some of them do anyways. But it's enough pressure, since these people are from all over southern Ontario, that over a few months, population of pike, of catchable pike in the lake, gets emptied. Let's say now that the date is 2018. And now you're looking at my map and you're saying, uh-oh, there's only one spot left with catchable pike. And you're right. And you can see what happens again, because you're paying attention. They moved from Valens to Mountsburg, and now they're moving from Mountsburg to Wrigley, and Bannister, which in my opinion is very overfished. And they're fishing there, and one guy got a nice pike, and he spreads it out to everyone, and then everyone goes, and they all fish Wrigley Lake. And within a few months, Wrigley Lake now loses all of its catchable pike population. Oh no! They all died due to either improper catch and release, or just people keeping them, or they just grew so smart that they're not really catchable to the common angler. So, what happens now? Everything has been emptied, right? Well, what happens is that 4 to 5 years, I might have forgotten a timestamp, 4 to 5 years went by. So within 4 to 5 years of Shadesmill getting next to no fishing pressure, all these small pike in here have now grown up. And now they're big, and they're catchable, and they're hungry for your fishing lures. And one of these guys said, hey, I got a nice pike out of Shadesmill years ago. It's been so many years since I've been there, and I'm not getting anything anywhere. I'm going to try there. He goes there, and he catches a big pike. And then he puts it on social media, makes people aware of it. Maybe only tells his friends, but his friends tell everyone. And then everyone goes down away from Wrigley and Bannister, and they start fishing Shadesmill. Alright, I'll draw a few more stick, man. Why not? And then within a few months, and now the date is 2019, and with a few months, Shadesmill loses all of its catchable pike, but then Valens Lake, all the pike in there that were small grew up, and then they go there, and now, since I have it in a circle, you're probably seeing the pattern, right? What happens is every year, only one spot is really where the good fishing is, because all the other ones got emptied and overfished. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's generally, I think, how it goes. So, every year, every spot's different, and every spot's good. So, they'll go down to Valens one year, and then Valens will be emptied, and then they'll have to move back to Mountsburg, and then they'll have to move back to Wrigley the next year, and then Shadesmill will have its quality again. And keep in mind, there's a lot more than 4 spots in the area. I'm trying to explain it quickly and simple. And as you can see, every year it keeps going around and around and around for where the good fishing is, and it just kind of spirals from spot to spot every year. And that is how my theory on how fishing pressure works in Southern Ontario. I hope that maybe you learned a little bit out of this. This is why we have to now keep up to date to social media and FishBrain, things like that, so that we know which spot actually has good fish this year. So that's why if you're not connected to that information, it's going to be hard, because you're not going to get the cues to go here, and you're still going to be fishing an empty lake. I think that's all I really have to explain. I hope that you enjoyed the video and found it maybe a little bit entertaining or a little bit knowledgeable, or maybe you just kind of agree with me that that's how it works. And thanks for watching the video, and see you next time.